Today, we bring you an in-depth and enlightening analysis of how President Trump's policies are shaping the future of electric vehicles in the United States. This text not only provides a detailed view of recent political changes, but also explores their impact on the market, the industry, and consumers. With up-to-date information and a balanced approach, this article is essential for anyone looking to understand the ever-changing dynamics of the automotive sector. We dive into the rollbacks of Biden-era policies, regulatory changes, and market projections, all to provide a comprehensive and well-founded perspective. We appreciate your attention and hope this content helps clarify uncertainties and highlight opportunities in this transforming market. Dear readers, your unrelenting curiosity and willingness to embrace change are truly inspiring. In a world of rapid technological transformations, you remain at the forefront, questioning, adapting, and innovating. It's this pioneering spirit that makes our nation a beacon of progress. Picture yourself driving along Route 66 in a silent, powerful, zero-emissions car. Just a few years ago, this seemed like a distant dream. Today, it's a reality for many Americans. But the future of this reality is being redefined by President Trump's recent policies. Since taking office in January 2025, Trump has implemented a series of measures drastically reshaping the landscape of electric vehicles, EVs, in the United States. One of his first actions was signing an executive order aiming to dismantle Biden-era EV strategies. "We're putting an end to the so-called electric vehicle mandate," Trump declared at a rally in Detroit, even though no such formal mandate ever existed. This statement sent shockwaves through the automotive industry. Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, expressed concern. "Abrupt policy changes can slow down the progress and investments we've made in recent years." On the other hand, some traditional manufacturers saw an opportunity. "This levels the playing field," said Ford CEO Jim Farley, "allowing consumers to freely choose from all available technologies." One of the most controversial aspects of these new policies is the uncertain future of the $7,500 federal tax credit for qualifying EVs. Trump criticized this incentive, calling it part of a new green scheme that he claimed would harm the traditional automotive industry. For John and Sarah Thompson, a Chicago couple considering their first EV purchase, this uncertainty is troubling. "We were counting on that incentive to make the Tesla Model 3 affordable for us," said Sarah. "Now we're unsure if we can take that step." The Trump administration is also directing agencies to identify regulations that create an excessive burden on consumer vehicle choice. This could lead to relaxed exhaust emission standards and the end of state-level emission exemptions. California Governor Gavin Newsom vowed to fight these changes. "We won't back down in our efforts to combat climate change. California will continue leading the way toward a clean energy future." Meanwhile, on the global stage, Trump's policies are creating a stark contrast. In China, the world's largest EV market, the government continues to offer strong incentives for EV adoption. The U.S. risks falling behind in the global race, warns Fatih Birol, executive director of the International Energy Agency. While other countries accelerate, the new American policies could act as a significant brake. However, it's not all bad news for the EV sector. Despite political uncertainties, S&P Global Mobility projects global battery electric vehicle sales to reach 15.1 million by 2025, a 30% increase. In the U.S., EVs and plug-in hybrids are expected to account for about 25% of new vehicle sales that same year. The industry is rapidly adapting. Tesla, the EV market leader, announced plans to launch a more affordable model, possibly called Model 2, with a starting price below $30,000. Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted, "Policies come and go, but the demand for sustainable, efficient transportation is unstoppable." Other automakers are following suit. Ford has accelerated the development of its next-generation EV platform, promising vehicles with greater range and competitive prices. GM, on the other hand, is heavily investing in solid-state battery technology, which promises faster charging and higher energy density. For consumers, the current landscape presents both challenges and opportunities. Mark Rodriguez, a financial consultant from Austin, Texas, advises, if you're considering buying an EV, do your math carefully. Factor in not just the purchase price and current incentives, but also long-term costs, including fuel savings and maintenance. Charging infrastructure is also evolving despite political uncertainties. Tesla's supercharger network continues to expand, and other networks like Electrify America are increasing their presence. We are committed to building the infrastructure needed to support EV adoption, regardless of the political environment, says Giovanni Palazzo, CEO of Electrify America. Trump's policies also have a significant impact on autonomous vehicles, often associated with EVs. The administration is pushing for a more flexible regulatory framework for self-driving cars. This could accelerate the development and deployment of autonomous driving technologies in the U.S. This is an area where America can lead, says Trump. We want to see American self-driving cars on the road before any other country. Looking ahead, experts predict 3 possible scenarios for 2030. Rollback scenario. If Trump's policies remain unchanged, the U.S. may see a significant slowdown in EV adoption. In this scenario, EVs could account for only 30% of new vehicle sales by 2030, down from earlier projections of 50% to balanced scenario. A more moderate approach, potentially resulting from political compromises, could sustain steady EV growth. In this scenario, EVs might reach 40–45% of new vehicle sales by 2030.3. Acceleration scenario. If significant policy changes or disruptive technological advancements occur, the U.S. could see accelerated EV adoption, potentially surpassing 60% of new vehicle sales by 2030. To navigate this constantly shifting environment, here are some tips for consumers and investors. Stay informed. Follow policy and incentive changes at both federal and state levels. Think long-term. When considering an EV, evaluate the total cost of ownership, not just the upfront price. Diversify. For investors, consider a balanced approach, including EV-focused companies and traditional manufacturers transitioning to EVs. 4. Watch global trends. The EV market is global, and developments in other countries can influence the U.S. market. Consider infrastructure. The availability of charging stations in your area can be a crucial factor in your EV purchase decision. In conclusion, while Trump's policies may create short-term hurdles for EV adoption in the U.S., the global trend toward electrification is likely to continue. The American automotive industry, known for its resilience and innovation, will undoubtedly find ways to adapt and thrive in this new environment. The future of electric mobility in the United States will be shaped not only by government policies, but also by technological innovation, global market forces, and most importantly, the choices of American consumers. As we navigate these turbulent waters, one thing is certain. The journey toward a cleaner and more efficient transportation future continues, regardless of the political winds of the moment. As Henry Ford said over a century ago, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Today, we stand on the cusp of a similar revolution in mobility. Policies may change, but the spirit of innovation and progress that defines America remains steadfast. The future of electric vehicles in the U.S., while uncertain, remains bright and full of possibilities.